thing, whatever faith you have, prayer is a necessity. Because while there's that feeling of I cannot control it, once you engage in prayer, it's like you yield it to a higher power.
Okay.
Any faith you engage in. So at the barest minimum, psychologically, again, you are settled. It's still parasympathetic in place. You have given it to a higher power. So it's beyond my power. I've given it to a higher power. So we take care of that. Then someone who was diagnosed with any form of mental health issue, your drugs, you don't want to play with it. That would be like someone who has hypertension and is saying Nigeria is hard. I cannot afford to buy antihypertensive. The complication of that is stroke. Stroke is costlier to manage than hypertension. So someone who was diagnosed, you want to be regular on your drugs. Someone who even feels I am not coping well, go and find someone. That would also be the undiagnosed hypertensive who is having headache. You don't wait till you stroke. You find somebody to diagnose you and place you on drugs. So find someone to talk to. Could be your clergyman for those who are like, where is the money for therapy? Begin with the clergyman. Where's the money for therapy? If you have a general medical practitioner, maybe your family doctor, find someone to talk to. And if that is not working, there is the grandma, there is the great grandma. Before all of this advent of mental health practitioners, people could still talk to people because family unit was really like this. Nothing says we can't go back to that. Now, physical health, I would say avoid junk food. The junk food of mental health is media. Media must be intentionally stewarded. The average person who consumes media unintentionally is injuring their mental health. I'll tell you what I mean. Regardless of your baseline emotional states now, if you spend 1 hour that is not well-intentioned and well-stewarded on Facebook or Instagram, at the least you come back feeling like your life is not good enough. So the discontentment sets in. If I am discontented, I'm unhappy. And then I begin to strive. What has happened? You've compared your behind the scene with another person's highlights. There's nobody that shows up the reality of their everyday life on media. So we want to be intentional. Then we also want to be intentional about the circle that we surround ourselves with. Your network is your psychological net worth. So both the physical circle, the media circle, what are the things we consume? If I want to be physically fit, I will not be the one who takes 3 bottles of Coke every day. You also will not want to be the one who consumes 2 hours of media every day. So I think by and large, most of this, we should be able to steward mental health on a longer term. Take it one day at a time, journal if you can, meditate, pray, exercise. If you have a mental health issue, please be consistent with your medication. Surround yourself with positive circles and positive influence. Then find meaningful work. Meaningful work is that thing you see yourself doing that if money was not a problem, you will continue it. On a spiritual term, on a psychological term, it's a positive boost that it gives meaning to life, even in the midst of challenges. Meaningful work for some people could be sewing clothes. Meaningful work for some people could be daycare. Meaningful work for some people could be cooking for people, could be cleaning your parents' house. But find that thing, let no day pass that you don't do anything, not for money, but just for the sheer pleasure of I have been useful. I have been a positive contributor to society today. As you give out, it comes back inside. So I would say if we all incorporate that one day at a time, the situation may not shift, but at least we've built the internal stamina and the internal resource to be able to deal with the challenges and the curveballs that Nigeria is throwing everybody.